What's up, guys? My name's Anton Suarez, and today we're going to be talking about the success of the Ubuntu phone. So recently, they have been doing these flash sales. People at Canonical and Ubuntu, they've been doing these flash sales for this device. So you can't buy one right as of right now, but you will be able to soon. Now, they're using the BQ Aquarius E 4.5. This is a budget to emerging market phone, sports dual SIM, and it's a decent device. I have the specs in front of me right here, and it's decent. It's not that bad, and for a price point of about 170 British pounds to about 190 US. So the Aquarius sports a 4.5-inch display with a 960 by 540 resolution, a Cortex A7 1.3 gigahertz quad-core A7 CPU. And it has about 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of internal storage, 8 megapixel real camera, 5 megapixel front-facing camera, and it's pretty good. Now, is it a flagship? No. It is an emerging market phone. It has alright specs, but a lot of phones in the past have proved that specs don't really mean anything. That if you have really good software and you optimize that software really, really good for the hardware, you can make a really good device. The Moto X proved that. The Moto X having not amazing specs, but decent enough, Android flew on it, and it was a great device. I still have the Moto X 2013, so I love my phone, and for the device not having all the best specs, it ran Android really good. So if Ubuntu can do the same with this device, I think it'll be really good. Now, the phone is not out yet, but they did have a flash sale a couple days ago. I'm not sure when, but the phone sold out within like a day. All the sales were done. They had so many sales. They had like over 12,000 orders that like in the first 10 minutes that the servers crashed for like a couple hours and they had to fix it. That's how much support was going behind this phone for people who wanted to buy it and try it. So that alone shows that people are willing to support Ubuntu making a phone. So if Ubuntu can do that and keep doing that and keep making, the phone doesn't have to be that good, but if people are there and people want it and people desire it, that'd be good for Ubuntu. Now, the really thing is, can Ubuntu really fight on Apple and Android's dominance in the market? Android and Apple own the cell phone market right now as an OS and a platform. So if Ubuntu can get all the apps and the software and the features that those devices have, then Ubuntu will be a real competitor to them. So that's going to be the only way we can see is that only time will tell. Now, Ubuntu is going to make another phone soon, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Now, I'm happy to see that Linux is finally on a phone. I've been waiting for a very, very long time to see this. That I knew when Ubuntu phone was coming out, and now that it's here, I almost want one because not even to use it, but to try it out. Because it's almost interesting to see how Ubuntu is being scaled and being run on a cellular device. And this is one step closer bringing us to freedom on a phone. And as I mean freedom, like Richard Stallman says, freedom as in rights. So right of your privacy, right of your data, that way. So that's another step closer into doing that now. Other devices like Apple devices and Android devices have been kind of lacking on like rights and freedom and how you're going to be treating your data in that way. So people who actually really, really care about that, this device will be good for them because this is another step closer into having the phone being actually thinking about your rights and thinking about your freedoms. And now talking about the later edition phone, the Meizu, which is a higher end looking device. Now this is the Meizu. It is a very Apple-looking device, very, very close to an Apple device. Surprised they didn't hit any copyright infringements on that. But it looks like an iPhone 6. So using this, they're going to have Ubuntu OS running on this device, which is almost really exciting because the device looks really, really good. This Meizu device looks really, really sleek and beautiful. So I would love to see how it runs on this. The specs on this are obviously much higher than they would be on, say, a Oculus, but having it get on multiple devices fairly quickly in its release cycle is good because the more devices you have out, the more people can get it. So people with a little bit more money and a little bit want a little bit more higher specs, they can go something like this. And people with less money, they can get something like the BQ Oculus. So I think that this is really, really good for Ubuntu and really good just for a market and an industry in general to push the envelope into say, and that we have a device that runs Linux. as a cellular device. That's really good to say. And I'm happy I'm saying that now because I've been waiting for the Ubuntu phone to release, and I'm like waiting. I'm like, where is it? Come on, guys, where is it? And now we have it. So that's gonna be it for this video. What do you think about the Ubuntu phone? Would you want one? Do you want to own one? Write it down below in the comment section, and I'll message you back. And as always, thank you for watching.